Hello.
Hello.
I got 2 free smartphones when I switched to Metro PCS.
One for him and one for me.
It's not for you. It's for people like me.
And parrots.
I knew I should have gotten a dog.
Get 2 free Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime smartphones when you switch 2 lines to Metro PCS and enjoy a 4G LTE network that's more reliable than ever before. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network are active on Metro PCS in past 90 days. See store for details, terms, and conditions.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning. It's Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. Howdy. And it is Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That means no BS job search advice. Straight talk about job hunting, about what I see in the job market, about things that you can be doing to correct what you're doing as part of your search. And, there's also going to be advice offered to you in job leads and things like that. So it's 15 minutes, Monday morning, 9 o'clock, designed to help you get you started for the week. And I must say, in the United States, coming off the Thanksgiving Day holiday, Monday morning is going to be a little tough to get going. 4, maybe 5 days off for many people, for some folks even more. You have to be patient with folks. They may not be in the mood at 9 o'clock while you're out there calling saying, hey, what's going on? So be a little patient with your calls Monday morning. Wait until mid-morning before reaching out to folks. I just think it makes more sense than making a pointless phone call. Also want to mention to you that I've launched a new service that I'm really excited about, designed to help consultants find work, as well as employers and consulting firms find consultants much more easily. It's the web address is consultingassignments.com, and what this site is free to post, free to search resumes, free to upload your resume, of course. It's a free site. The only charges that you might incur, and this is your choice, is if you want to feature your job or feature your resume. Featured positions are $10. Woo-hoo! 10 whole dollars. Same with resumes. And frankly, I wouldn't suggest at this time that resumes need to be featured. We're in beta now. I don't think there's anything wrong with the site, but I just want to take it out for a test drive for a while and see how it performs. So during this time, it's a whopping $10 to feature yourself or your position. So again, www.consultingassignments.com. There will, of course, be information geared toward consultants. And just to be clear, these are full-time consultants, contract assignments, W-2 consultants, contract to hire, temps, temp to perm. This is where I'm focusing this site on that particular market, so that people can find temporary work, and people can find individuals to fill assignments that they need to have available. So if you're looking for consulting work, if you need to fill a temp assignment or a contract position or a full-time consulting job, consultingassignments.com. Free. And that's the last plug I'll give on that for a while. So let me talk with you a little bit about what I've noticed among job hunters. And I want to contextualize this by saying you may not know this about me, but I write and publish a lot. I have about 90 e-products available online on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. They'll soon be available through iTunes next year, and they're available for download as PDFs. And when I started doing writing several years ago, I, of course, started doing work around job hunting. And my first book, which was called Get Yourself Hired Now, has sold reasonably well over the course of time. I'm not going to get rich from any of this. I'd be shocked if that happened. But, I started to think in terms of the things I know real well and how I could help folks. So I started to do job search stuff. And then a few years later, I started to think about other things I was interested in, and I started to publish short guides about resumes. And they all have titles that have the ending "for people who can't boil water," which is designed to indicate that these are easy to do recipes, which they are. So my first guide / cookbook was called Crockpot Cooking for People Who Can't Boil Water. And when I started to notice people liking it, I started to do others. And then I thought about other things I could do, and I like playing cards. So I started to do a couple of card game items. And the first one was entitled Playing Solitaire, 25 versions of one of the world's great games. And it wasn't the games themselves, it was the rules to 25 different versions of solitaire. And over the course of time, I've started to take on publishing other people's things. And again, there are about 95 different items that I publish online. And what's fascinating to me is if you were to guess the item that sells best for me, you'd think it might be job hunting material because I'm clearly known as an expert in that field. And the 5 or 6 books that I have about job search, plus the additional guides that I have about resume writing, are really very good. But in point of fact, that isn't my best-selling item. My best-selling item is really, well, I'm going to state exactly what it is. It's playing solitaire. That's my best-selling item. My second best-selling item is about 25 or 23 games, card games that you can play on your iPad. Now, I bring this up to illustrate how foolish people are. Because in job markets like many of you are experiencing, you need to improve your skills. Now, when I'm talking about these e-books that I sell, we're not talking about $75 or $100 items. We're talking about $9.99 for a standard e-book. My guides on resume writing are $5. I have a couple that I even sell for $2.99 because they're geared toward college students. But when all is said and done, people don't spend money to get better in job hunting. They'd rather learn how to play solitaire or find free games for their iPad. So I want to point out to you that my experience and the experience of many other recruiters I chat with is that most people do not do their search as well as they think they do. And they do not interview as well as they think they do. And they do not do social networking as well as they think they do. They think they're good at their job search, and frankly, they're not. And thus, is it any wonder that job hunting is taking longer than it might otherwise? So whether you consider buying one of my products or someone else's, like it was when you first started off in your profession, you need to get better at it. You need to improve. You need to develop your skills in order to become an expert. And job hunting is just another skill. If you work at it, if you work to improve your interviewing, the results will be there faster. You will earn more money. And to give you a perspective, if I said to you, would you like to earn $50,000 or $60,000 more than you do today over the next 5 years, most of you would jump at that. And all that means is you get a $10,000 raise one time, get modest increases at your current employer and never change jobs. And in point of fact, it can be much more than that. I'm going to even go more modest. You change jobs for $10,000 increase. And after 3 years, you change jobs for another $10,000. Now, I'm just going to work with the assumption that you don't get a raise any of those years because I want to make the math simple for you. That's $70,000 in additional income for you. That's $50,000 for each of 5 years. And 2 years where you've in fact made another $10,000 each year, $70,000 in total. Doesn't that make sense to you? Isn't it worth taking the time to learn how to get better if modestly you could make $70,000 more over 5 years? In point of fact, it'll be closer to $75,000 with raises that you get on the job as well. Just practice. You need to develop skills. Learn what those skills are. Ignorance is not a virtue in any set of circumstances professionally. You want to become knowledgeable. You want to do your job better. You want to be effective. And the best way to do it is developing knowledge. So go out there, read my e-zine, which is at jeffaltman.com. You can sign up for a complimentary subscription there. Order some books, listen to some audios, do what you can, but just get better. Learn where your deficiencies are, because most of you don't even know that. So with that, I'm going to switch over and talk with you about a few of the jobs I'm recruiting for. And again, it's been 5 days since I was last doing some work, so things may be fairly fluid, but as I left on Wednesday, these are a few of the new positions I had available. In New York, I have a couple of positions for Java developers going to a base of 105. At least 5 years of experience development experience with either front or back office multi-tier Java systems. At least 1 year working with web services, working in short iterations and using test-driven development. Strong JUnit experience. Experience with other unit testing technologies is a big plus. Strong struts and object relationship modeling experience. Background in general SQL query. Experience with JSF, for example, JBoss or Rich Faces. JavaScript, including Ajax and JSON. In addition, they have a preference to people with DB2 or MS SQL or Oracle background, with JBoss, Tomcat, or WebSphere portal background. This is for a not-for-profit in New York that offers great benefits, going to a base of 105. These are consulting assignments next that are based in the Pasadena, California area. Long-term contracts that could pay between $475 and $600 per day corp to corp. They would be less on a W-2 because, frankly, it costs more for us to borrow money if you're on a W-2, so you wind up receiving less. They require someone who has an EAD, green card, or U.S. citizenship with excellent background in web, internet, extranet, public website, internal web applications, a strong preference for financial trading or asset management experience, good oral and written communication skills, knowledge of SQL, Oracle background. SharePoint is a plus. As I said, $475 to $600 per day, corp to corp, less on a W-2. In New York, a senior support analyst role, going up to about $95,000. Someone to maintain an existing Exchange 2007 and BlackBerry Enterprise server environment. Someone with knowledge of ITIL and service management processes. Exchange background, of course, plus experience supporting messaging technologies such as antivirus and anti-spam, TLS, SNTP, DNS, and BlackBerry equipment. Familiar with iPad and Android devices in their application and corporate settings. 5 to 10 years of experience in Exchange administration and desktop support with at least 1 year of management background, going to $95,000 on a base. In Newark, New Jersey, have 2 roles for tech managers, going to about $150 on a base plus bonus. Business intelligence, data warehousing background, at least 1 year of healthcare experience, going to about $150. If you're qualified, interested, and available in any of these positions, please email your resume to me at thebiggamehunter@cisny.com. There are more at my website, jeffaltman.com, so come over to the site and go exploring because there's a lot of useful information there. You can sign up for a complimentary subscription to No BS Job Search Advice. Post your resume to many websites because folks need help, so I put a lot of links up there for you. You can find out about my books and guides about job hunting. read articles I've published previously for No BS Job Search Advice. There's really a lot there. So come over to the site, and I also want to mention to those of you who are hiring that if you'd like to advertise on this show, if you'd like to post a position here, email me at thebiggamehunter@gmail.com. Not my office address, but the Gmail address, and I'll send you information about how to advertise here and a few other places I support. So again, this is Jeff Altman. I hope you have a great day. Take care.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
I got 2 free smartphones when I switched to Metro PCS.
One for him and one for me.
It's not for you. It's for people like me.
And parrots.
I knew I should have gotten a dog.
Get 2 free Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime smartphones when you switch 2 lines to Metro PCS and enjoy a 4G LTE network that's more reliable than ever before. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in past 90 days. See store for details, terms, and conditions.